Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Alpha Life here. We are moving on with our Amara cruisers, and I hope you have been training those light missile skills with the Dragoon because now we are moving on to a missile cruiser. I know, strange, right? Well, the reason for this is because we were unable to make another feat. Let me just show you. We were unable to select another ship to be able to run this particular activity because the Maller only has high slots for turrets, meaning if we were to put a scanner probe launcher, we would lose one turret, therefore quite a bit of damage, and the same with the Omen. Of course, the Omen Navy issue is very much capable of this, but we wanted to keep it on the cheap. So, let's see. Of course, you already know we are going to be doing some high-sec combat exploration, and of course, the ship we're going to be using will be the amazing Arbitrator. Now, this is a ship I really like and I really enjoy. It is kind of the poor man's Gila. Anyone that has been running combat sites for a very long time knows that the Gilas are like the absolute best ship to run them in. So, this is going to be the poor man's Gila. Now, that is thanks to the missile launcher and large drone bay combination. Now, let's begin. What are we going to be having in our high slots? We're going to be using three prototype Arbalest rapid light missile launchers and one core probe launcher 1 so that we are able to scan down these cosmic signatures, of course, with probes, and we will be using Mjolnir Light Missiles. Why Mjolnir? Because we are mainly going to want to be doing electromagnetic damage, and we could also do a little bit of thermal. That's why I have some Hobgoblins and some Hammerheads. But let's move on to the mid slots, and we're starting off with a 50 mn cold gas enduring Microwarpdrive. Why? Because we want to be able to move really fast in between the rooms in case someone does contest, and I have already pre-recorded the sites, and yeah, we definitely do get contested. So, and we definitely do need the Microwarpdrive for these sites because damage ramps up really fast, and we want to get away from it as fast as possible. Next, we're going to be using one large compact PV acid cap battery, one cap recharger Tech 2, and one phased scoped target painter. Why a target painter? Well, because it's really going to help both with the missile launchers and with the drone damage. So this is going to make our enemies a little bit bigger. As you can see, 28% signature radius modifier. It's going to help our missiles apply better and our drones apply better. Now, for the low slots, we're going to be using two drone damage amplifiers 2, and one ballistics control system 2. Also a Tech 2 damage control and a Tech 2 medium armor repair. Why? Mainly because we're going to be taking a lot of damage, and again we want to be able to tank the sides. Even if we pull range on them, there are times, well, most of the times we'll land right on top of the enemy. So we really want to be careful with that, and that's what the armor repair is going to help us with. Finally, for the rigs, we're going to be using two medium auxiliary nanopumps that are really going to come in handy with the medium armor repairer. And we're going to be using a medium capacitor control circuit 1. Why? Well, because it's the cheap one and it helps us a little bit with that cap stability. Let's simulate the feat real fast so that you guys can see what do I mean by cap stability. If we turn off the micro warp drive, we are cap stable. So if we were able to pull range, we are good to go. Or if we turn off the armor repair and only leave on the micro warp drive, we are also cap stable. That means that when we land, as soon as we land on the sites, if we land around a lot of rats, we can just micro warp drive out of there and not start to worry about capacitor before we have to start our armor repair. But of course, we're gonna be taking in a lot of damage. Also, as you may see, I have lost a few drones thanks to running the sites, but let's fill this drone bay up. And why have I selected the hammerheads to be the main damage that is going to be showing here? Because they do the most amount of damage, 176.6 DPS thanks to the hammerheads, which means this is going to help us with taking down structures and taking down the bigger rats. And they also do thermal damage, which is going to be really useful against the rats that we will be fighting. Also, we're going to be using some infiltrators. This is going to give us a little bit less damage, but these are definitely going to be better for the resistances that we will be facing in our enemies. So they are going to come in real handy, and this is what the damage that we're mostly going to be applying. Of course, we can use the infiltrators against frigates and destroyers thanks to the target painter. This really comes in handy and it's been a great addition to the feed. Now, what else are we going to be doing? Because this video is going to be a little bit longer with a lot of skips and a lot of fast forward, but I think it's definitely worth it because we got a lot of sites. We did get quite a lot of sites, and well, that's actually really great. And without further ado, let's move on. And well, let me just mention the price is fairly close. Let me just check real quick. In Amar, of course, some of these modules you're gonna be able to get from rats by either low sec belt ratting or doing this exact same activity with your dragoon, with your exploration dragoon. So you should really not have to pay for all of this stuff. I know I didn't, but apparently the price here in Amar is a little bit higher, 2 million higher. It's around 27 million. So as you can see, it's not that high, and we got really good loot by the end. Of course, I have already put it in the Alpha Life container. So without further ado, let's go out there and check those videos. So we are at our 3 out of 10 Sanchez escalation that we got from a hideaway just in the Dragoon episode. And let's start up running it. As you know, we are able to run this escalation with a Dragoon. However, I believe that this is going to be much easier with the Arbitrator. So let's see how will we do. So as you can see, this is definitely much easier with the Arbitrator, but the room that we are mainly concerned about will of course be the second room. So that's the room we actually need to see, well, how we do with things. So yeah, I'm gonna speed up this part just while I loot the last one and move on to that part. So as you can see, I went first for the missile batteries, and now we are gonna be moving to the Black Ops Commander while we reload our missiles. That's the only bad thing about running, rapid light missiles. That, well, the reload time is rather large. So, well, since we have everything straight on top of us, let's pull out a little bit of range with the Microwarpdrive, shoot the missiles at the commander, and start locking everything up. So there he goes. That should mean a lot of damage off the grid. And yeah, as you can see, much faster, much easier than with the Dragoon. So I really do recommend you try this one. Of course, not just to run 3 out of 10s, I also recommend that you actually run some 4 out of 10s. And I'm gonna be trying to run the Vigils and the Watches, so yeah, we will move on to that part. I'm gonna cut the video right here. So this is great. I was running a Forlorn Hathaway while scanning some signatures down, and we got a Satan monastery. Now the thing is, there are some sisters core scanner probes here with us. Hopefully this guy will not be also combat exploring, so let's see how well we can get it. Blood Raiders, I believe, Wulsata Monastery. So I'm on the EVE University page, just so that we can see how well it, what kind of, okay, the Guardians are gonna nude, so we definitely want to take those out first. Ooh, where are we? Okay. Heavy missiles, okay, they are at the back. Okay, so let's start with these ones. Let's approach a little bit. Okay, we have an Omen Navy. So I'm gonna launch drones, start approaching. Hopefully he will not be trying to take the site from us. Although he very likely might. Yep, there he is. We might now be getting contested. Okay. Let's see. So, I'm sorry if I haven't been making a lot of commentary just because this guy has been, well, a bit annoying, coming to our site, but, well, it happens, you cannot avoid having other people come into your sites and contest them. That's just the way it is, it's the way of the game, so there is nothing we can do about it. But what we can do is, well, try to run it as fast as possible and try to go for the loot cache we see, which is the inner sanctum, as fast as we can. And that's gonna be our main priority to, well, take down a few stasis towers so that we can move around a little bit more freely through the site. And then just focus all our fire, well, at least our drones, because our missiles cannot reach, but focus those missiles in the inner sanctum. That's gonna be our main priority. And of course, I'm still trying to take a little bit of the damage from the missile launchers, trying to keep them interested so that they do not go for my drones. And as soon as that's a possibility, we are going to try to go get the loot as fast as we can. So, okay, there it is. Now we're gonna have to do a quick reload, take down the remaining stasis towers, and get ready to just go in for the loot. Looks like this guy is still a little bit distracted with other things, so we are going to take that opportunity to. Wait, should I go get loot? You know what? I'm gonna recall my drones really quickly, and I'm going to target the closest heavy missile launchers so that I can try and take those out. And our arbitrators are taking an eternity to return. Why? Okay, there they go. Let's see this. Let's move this at 30. Polish command. Okay, I may have to get outside a little bit. Oof. Taking heavy damage, heavy damage, heavy damage. Get out, 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 out. Oof, that was not very nice. But yeah, as you can see, it's a little bit more complicated doing these sites if there is someone else contesting the site with you. So yeah, that's of course going to be a big problem. And we've been having a little bit of trouble, mainly because I haven't been able to run the site as calmly as I would like to, because, well, it's being contested. But, well, it is what it is. That's the way it goes. I'm gonna turn off my right now. Get those infiltrators back in. I'm gonna get some hammerheads out, just so that we can apply a little bit of damage. And yeah, let's hope these guys doesn't try to steal our loot. Well, he seems to be going, fortunately. Well, for now, at least. So yeah, let's hope he doesn't come back for the because, well, this is quite a hard site, but as you can see, we can absolutely do it. Just be a little bit more careful than I have been. Uh, yeah, you shouldn't really have any problems if you are a lot more careful than I am being. Sorry, he's still here. I was just a little bit distracted. Well, he's getting a good bit of the damage, so I think this is going to be our cue to go get our stuff. So yeah, he's still here, and I think I'm gonna make a run for it and try to get our loot just before he tries anything. And of course we got absolutely nothing. Okay, let's just finish taking everything down and get ready to move on to the next. So yeah, as you saw there, we are absolutely able to complete the site. Unfortunately, we didn't really get anything worth getting, but well, now we're gonna have to go fix our ship. But there are no stations in the system, and let's move on and try to see if we can get anything else to run on our own. So we have been able to find a blood watch. Hopefully, this one won't be contested from us. But well, I don't have very high hopes because the guy I was with in the 4 out of 10 is only 2 systems away. So he most definitely could try to get into our combat site again. And well, there wouldn't be a whole lot we could do about it. He has a really nice ship, an Omen Navy, but well, this system is fairly large, so hopefully he will not get into this system. But well, you never know. He might absolutely be planning on coming with us to this one as well. So far, no probes, so let's see how well we do the watch. Well, it looks like someone has been running it. Attacking the Blood Raider Cathedral would greatly improve the odds. So we need to destroy the Blood Raider Cathedral. Maybe he hasn't destroyed it, and that's why the site isn't done. He has taken everything down. It's a Blood Raider Cathedral. Indeed, this is the one. Let's get out some Hammerheads. Okay, and we got some enemies. I have a feeling that we're gonna have to take out all the rats before we are actually able to take out the cathedral. So let's move everything over to the rats first. So we apparently have gotten an escalation, and well, that's really nice. I'm not sure what kind of escalation it is, so let's go check it out in escalations. Medical Twilight in Hutian 7 jumps away. Level 3, so we should absolutely be able to run it with this one. Ooh, they are shooting at my drones. And one Hammerhead is down. That's not great. And they are shooting at the next one. That is still not great, but fortunately we still haven't seen any probes in the D-scan, so we should be a little bit safe to go. Look at Twilight, that's nice. Let's go to Eve University to look for it while we take all of this stuff down. Blood Watch. All the way down to Medical Twilight. Now, this is where you see the great thing about running the Arbitrator with missiles instead of an Omen with guns, and the reason why I wanted to run the Arbitrator personally, and because it uses light missiles, it doesn't need that much training into missiles. Of course, the more you train, the better, but since we're only using rapid lights, well, we don't really need to train that much like other kinds of missiles and stuff like that. So this is the main reason. The Blood Raiders will track Disruptors. And as you might imagine, in some cases they track Disrupt a lot. So, in order to avoid that, we just don't use guns. It's that simple, and thanks to the Arbitrator, our main damage comes from the drones, and then the rest of the damage comes from our missiles. But we don't use guns, so we don't have that issue that we would be having if we were running an Omen, for example. I'm gonna take in the Infiltrators, get out the Acolytes, because now they're only, destroyers and frigates, and I think they will take them down a little bit faster. And once we're done with the reload, I'm gonna start putting all the missile launchers on the cathedral to see if we can take it down a little bit faster. So finally, it's gone down. It's gone down. Let's get our trumps back, and of course, it looks like we didn't get anything worth it. But well, we got the escalation. So I'm just gonna loot everything here, and we will go run that in a minute. I'll get back to you guys then. So we have finally gotten to the system of our escalation in Huitan for the Medical Twilight. It's supposed to be a level 3, so let's see how well we do. And of course I have Eve University open in another page just so that we can reference it a lot. Okay, so no E-War. I'm going to orbit this at 30. Oh, asteroids. Lots of asteroids. Okay, let's get our acolytes out and on the go. Let's start throwing around those missiles. These rocks are definitely a big annoyance of running this site. They are always on the way wherever I want to go, and you can definitely not orbit the loot cache at all. Yeah, that really does complicate things a little bit, but well, we will do with what we get. So now that we have gotten to the second wave, it's probably a good time for me to let you know I am going for the cruisers, not because they do the most amount of damage, but because I checked if University and they actually have energy neutralizers, only the cruisers though. So that's why I am trying to take those out as fast as possible before going in and engaging with the rest of the stuff. So yeah, keep that under consideration. And that's why I also turned off the armor repair and instead chose to Microwarpdrive out of there. But yeah, I think that's a good strategy. Always check if University, remember. Really good site. I'm gonna leave the link in the description below. So we have taken out the Dark Blood Raider, got the second escalation to our escalation. Now I'm just going to keep on taking everything out and yeah, I just want to take everything down, loot everything, get ready for the next escalation. Again, we get another 24 hours every time we get a new escalation, so that's good. That means that we could just stop running these escalations right now and yeah, and then keep on running them another time without any problem. Well, not another time, tomorrow specifically, within 24 hours. But yeah, yeah. So I will get to taking everything down, and I will see you guys in the next part of the video. So we are at the next escalation in our trip, and well, let's take down this first room of rats so that we can see how well this is going to run them. As you know, the arbitrator has already been able to run the previous escalations, and well, the previous one escalation for the medical Twilight. We are currently on the second one, and of course the last one was rather extensive, so let's see if we can actually get an escalation from this side as we did from the last one. So far we are taking quite a bit of damage, but that's because I am staying still in the warping point. Of course you never want to stay still, but I wanted to see how quickly the damage would ramp up. And as you can see, well, it's not so bad. We start moving a little bit and it gets a little bit better. Of course I went on a little trip to my main station into the trade hub just to leave some stuff because we had a full bay and well, we wanted to be able to loot a little bit more, and I also took that chance to get back a Hammerhead that I had lost a little bit before. So yeah, let's run this one and see how well we do. So apparently we did get the next escalation, but I'm just going to run the entirety of the site because, well, I want to see whether if we get anything interesting at all. So, and I need to loot the Dark Blood Diviner. So yeah, let's get to that and I will see you guys on the next system. Finally, we get something worth getting. I was just looting around and, well, as you can see with this Dark Blood Diviner, we got a 64 million ISK, a mid-grade Amulet Gamma implant, which is going to be really great. It's for a neural boost, you know, to improve that training time. We have definitely already paid for this ship, and well, what else could we ask for? Finally, we get some good loot in this Amar series. And of course it had to be from a great escalation, so I'm gonna activate the gate after I loot everything, move on to the next escalation, and I will see you guys over there. So after a little bit of travel, we are in the destination for the next escalation, and well, we will see how well we do this one. According to Eve University, this one should be relatively fast, only 2 pockets, and the main loot guy is in the first pocket. So let's look for Dark Blood, that's the one. Let's get out of here. Let's get the Acolytes out. Take down the Dark Blood Templar, that's the loot guy. Okay. Let's see, we got another escalation, but this one in low seg. Now, that might be a little bit dangerous, but we'll see whether or not we run it, because the next escalation is a little bit longer and it has a battleship, so we definitely do need to take our Arbitrator just so that we can guarantee we will not have as much trouble with the battleship. So yeah, I'm just gonna kill everything here rather fast and see if we can go loot the wreck. Dark Blood, that's the one. I'm gonna speed this part up for you guys. Sorry about that, I cut the video a little bit short, but here we are, back at it again, and yeah, as promised, I'm gonna speed this part up a little bit for you guys. And well, while we didn't get anything worth looting, apparently, we still get the other escalation, and in that, another chance to get some good loot. So let's hope we get something nice on the next one. I'm gonna cut the video right here. And yeah, I will see you guys on the next site. So we are now in the low sec system, getting ready to run our fourth and final escalation. Let's see how well it does. Apparently there's gonna be a battleship, so we're probably going to be facing a lot of damage. And so we must get as far away as possible, as quickly as possible. Let's get those acolytes going. Already damage ramping up. Let's see if we can get away. A little further away. Okay, so I would say we are at a safe distance. Overseer battleship. So, heavy webs. Okay, so the frigates are the webs. Okay, so yeah, we are doing okay in taking those out first. So yeah, we're just going to continue taking things out and, well, remaining as far away as possible so that we don't take a ton of damage. Of course, we are at a low sec system. We want to be extremely careful with that. And so we need to have our eye on local chat always 24/7. Just keep being careful, keep being careful, keep being careful. And of course, our D-scan active as usual, because we definitely and absolutely don't want to lose our ship. So let's keep it going. Hopefully this frigate will get a little bit closer to us. As long as he's under 40 kilometers, there you go, we can send the drones in. And I do believe that with a drone control range module, we would be able to do this a little bit easier, because that would shoot out our drones to 60 kilometers, which is really needed, but we would have one less missile launcher. So I am not sure of the trade-off there. I think it's worth it, especially because this ship has such a huge drone bay. It's just amazing, but I want to see whether or not we could actually fit some heavy drones, and that might make it even more worth it to have that drone control range module. So we're moving on to the last frigate and just looking up those that are closest. Of course, we are still being cap neutralized by the Corpum Sage, so we need to keep him at range and keep being careful with him. Just because, well, if he gets close, well, we're getting muted by two Arch Templar. Okay, so we need to be careful with these both guys. And you know what? I'm gonna return the drones and take out some infiltrators at the Hammerhead. Oh yeah, and by the way, we lost an infiltrator on the second room of the last escalation. There was just a ton of stuff. I got a ton of damage. Of course, we were able to make it out alive and without any issues. However, it was definitely a dicey situation. Where am I going and why am I going that way? No, no, get far away, get far away. Oh, we have someone incoming. Oh my god, there's just so much stuff here. This is going to take us ages, but it's alright. I believe we can do it. I think we can do it. As long as that local remains empty, we shouldn't really have any problems. And now it's not empty anymore. So we want to be really careful with our D-scan. Of course, no one can get us unless they combat probe us, but because we are being muted, we wouldn't even be able to warp off. So that's really problematic. These guys take so much. Oof, they take so much damage, it's astonishing. I need to take out the other muter as soon as I possibly can. Yes, I know the Capacitor sense. Come on. Okay, finally, he's not muting us anymore. Oof, this got real dicey real quickly. But if we are able to get some stuff and get them far away from the battleship, maybe we... Oh no, the battleship is coming straight at us. So we need to keep going, keep going. These Arch Templars are just such an annoyance. I'm gonna get a little bit further away. Okay, he's out of local. So I'm gonna speed this part up just because these guys take so long to die. And yeah, I'll get to you guys in a second. So now that the battleship and its heralds are out, coming towards us very extremely fast, they must have microwarpdrives because they were moving so fast. But the heralds are still gaining on us, so I think I'm just gonna try to pop them as fast as possible because well, if they catch us, that's gonna be a really big problem. So yeah, I'm gonna speed up. So now with the frigates down, we can rest a little bit easier. Just focus on the blood factory overseer, and well, we shouldn't really have that much of a problem anymore. They were the Webers, and of course there is still these cruisers that can energy neutralize us, but so far we are doing okay. We are extremely far from the warping point, around 200 kilometers away from the warping point, so this has been mostly run away and take everything down on the way. So yeah, it's not exactly an easy room, it's not exactly a hard room as long as you get out as fast as possible, and as you can see, that is it. Medical Twilight absolutely finished. Our Arbitrator has done extremely well. I'm just gonna linger around a little bit so that we can, well, loot some stuff while we're at it. So we are finally finishing up. It took a while to destroy everything, but as you can see, this was absolutely worth both the time and the effort that it actually took to run this entire thing. It's amazing. So yeah, quite really nice. 200 million module, the Corpi A multispectrum coating, plus the Crore blueprint. Really nice stuff. Really worthwhile doing. Of course, the entire escalation does take quite a good amount of time. I would recommend you do it in a matter of 2 days or something like that. Remember, once you do the next escalation, you get another 24 hours. So you could extend your periods of time and not have to do it all in the same day like I did because it's really exhausting to be honest. It's really tiring. But as you can see, absolutely worth it. 200 million. Thank you all so very much. And let's go get the stuff that I left in a high-sec station before coming into this low-sec system, because I just wanted to give you a few tips. If you're going to be running these kinds of escalations and one of them pops into low-sec and you already have some good loot or some expensive stuff, please leave it in a station in high-sec. Do not bring it into low-sec. You might lose your ship. You have to consider that you very probably will lose your ship. You don't want to lose your ship and the expensive loot that you just got. So, because this one makes you go around so much and travel a lot, I really do recommend if you're gonna be running these escalations, these long escalations, please, if you get into a low sec system, leave everything in a high sec station. See, just like this, just next system before low sec, I just left everything there. I'm gonna set the destination for my home station. we're just gonna talk and see everything that we got because, well, of course, this was the best haul of the entire video for this ship, but particularly we made a little bit of something extra, and I just wanted to go back to the station, see everything we got. Of course, some of the stuff we got we already left at the Amarian station, but well, at least we have some stuff here in this station for sure. So we can see with running 2-3 escalations, what do we get? And by 2-3 escalations, I mean in the same escalation chain. I will leave you some pictures of the EVE University page where you will see that it's one escalation after another, all from the, what was it name? The name it's from the Medical Twilight series of escalations. And as you may see, we had already gotten the 64 million ISK implant, which would bring our something of a total almost to 300 million. Of course, we have the Kruger blueprint, which if we find in contracts, we could sell it directly for 37, 38 million, which is actually an amazing price. I didn't think it was going to be so expensive. So, absolutely great, absolutely amazing. I'm just gonna, yeah, let's say goodbyes. So you don't have to see me moving around anymore because this has been a very travel packed episode. So, guys, thank you also very much for watching. We will be moving on with the Amar series. We are closer, a little bit closer to the end now. And, well, thank you also very much for watching. If you have any ships, any feats, any activities you would like me to try, please do leave them in the description below. Please let me know what you think about my editing, whether it's been getting worse or a little bit better. Hopefully a little bit better, but no promises there. But please do let me know whether I need to make some changes or not. Also, please leave me a like if you enjoy the content that I am making. If you want to see the next video series, which will be for Kaldari, consider giving me a subscribe if you find it in your heart. And yeah, thank you also very much for watching. I will leave you some links in the description alongside with the feed and some other links that I use, for example, if University and all of that stuff. So yeah, guys, thank you also very much for watching. This has been the Alpha Life, and I will see you in the next one.